the establishment. Or at least I was until Albion dismissed Parliament. I do want to say, what you've done in Westminster is remarkable. You've given the people hope.
What's happening in the city now, the government may have laid the foundation, but Albion built the house.
I couldn't agree more. That's why I contacted you. Albion haven't simply shut down the government. They've sullied the Palace of Westminster, the Great Bell, with their propaganda. Do you understand what that looks like? If you really want to rekindle some of the people's fighting spirit, then restoring the clock tower would go a long way.
If we take back the symbol of power, it will help to delegitimize Albion. This place was built for the people, and it belongs to them.
I knew I could count on you. It will be wonderful to hear the bell once more.
There is some security around the bell tower, but that shouldn't pose a problem. A bigger issue will be getting to the top.
Any ideas?
A spider bot should do the trick. The path up to the top of the tower is treacherous, all crawl spaces and gantries, more suited to 6 mechanical legs than 2 human ones.
Sounds fun, man.
should do it.
That was moving, truly. To hear the chimes again, to see that tower the way it's meant to be seen, means everything to the people of this borough.
The destruction of these cultural symbols can devastate our nation. This clock tower reminds us that even in war, the government can still function for the people.
It represents our parliamentary democracy. To have Albion to face it the way they did, it's clear what they were up to. Thank you, DedSec.
Brilliantly done. Westminster will surely rise up against Albion after this.
Thanks.
Claiming there are medical shortages are probably high on lots of medicine that they've been given. I for one believe that there are no medical shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be extreme period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
We can't be too far away from them just prescribing stiff up a bit.
My uncle had a leg removed due to diabetes. They halved his insulin because they said there was less of him to be diabetic.
So, anyway, people don't believe what you read or hear about there not being enough medical drugs to go around. It's not true. It's hospital hogwash, it's pharmaceutical flim-flam, it's medical mendacity, it's Hippocratic humbug, it's nonsensical narcotic nincompoop. I think I've made the point. Do not believe the news telling you that we've run out of medicine, nor should you believe the empty shelves at the chemists. They're also lying. Do not believe your doctor saying, sorry, we're fresh out of that, you're going to have to eat a carrot and pretend. And do not believe your own cobwebs.
Keep it up!
Fantastic!
Yes! Love it! Brilliant! Keep it up! Love it!
All right.
Proper! I love it! Brilliant!
Get me some additional support.
Sierra 4-2, Sierra 4-2, this is Control. An alarm has been activated near you. Survey the area. Over.
Suspect hit! Suspect!
Putting an end to the chase now. All units.
shoot!
This area is being recorded by the GBB. GBB, first on the scene, first to bring you.
I'm approaching. Cover me.
We got away.
Find the prick!
Let me check out what's set up.
Sending location on a 1033. Advise conditions.
All reception is required at front desk.
Live alarm. Location sent. Need a 1013. All units. Proceed to alarm location. This area is being recorded
Oh
by
my
the
god.
GBB.
This has gone completely tits up.
All staff and visitors are required to wash hands when entering and exiting hospital grounds.
Alarm could be malfunctioning, but let's make certain.
Shit. That's gonna be hard to explain.
This looks a little bare. Nice.
Not just anyone could heroically vandalize a hospital. But you're not just anyone, are you? The people of Lambeth are sure to love this. Well done.
Sending... Location on a 1033. Advised conditions.
Sweep the area, even if it's a false alarm.
Let me be abundantly clear. We are not settling out of court. Of course.
Move along.
You won't help them!
Fuck!
Consequences for those who fail to comply.
When you look at that, I can control them. Gotcha.
No more overprice.
What was that?
Shots fired!
Engaging target.
Seems Albion has a surveillance network in Lambeth that makes... ...1980s East Germany look like present-day East Germany. I'm sure the people of Lambeth would be interested to know just how closely they are being watched.
Multiple victims at South Bank. Requesting soccer to scene. Contact DCI above.
Who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me. And it's become the main point of
Fucking annoying! We need work!
Fuck yes!
Robots won't save us!
Yeah, yeah. in your mouth.
Could be a good spot to get dead sex message out. That will get some attention. It's done.
You're done so far as the Imperial War Museum's concerned, but a little less Albion propaganda in Lambeth will go a long way.
We've taken care of every Albion target we had in Lambeth. Brilliant. The people have had enough of Albion and are ready to show it. One brave soul has asked to... Need to discuss how to rally the borough.
Sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom's CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks, not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic.
Thank God I
than it was
decided.
before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bike.
You're one of them DedSec types been giving Albion a pain, right? People in the borough have noticed. That's why I rang you. Figured you'd be interested in giving them one more good swift kick in the bollocks.
Go on.
Them Albion twats have turned one of the city's landmarks into a fucking propaganda machine, and it ain't sitting well with the natives. The eye, well, it's a symbol of London, innit? A symbol for the people. Public, accessible, in the heart of London. But Albion have stamped their mark on the bloody thing. The only thing we see when we look at it now is a symbol of our oppression. Shows it plain to the world too. Bloody drain on the people's morale.
We've disrupted the Albion propaganda machine before. We can do it again. Should be simple enough.
You have to knock out some electronic security first. And for that, you'll need a little summit from one of them barges on the river. Which means clearing the defences on the barge first, of course. But that's a doddle for the likes of you, right?
I'll make it happen.
Go fly somewhere else.
Refusal to provide the requested information.
Lay off the fucking horn, would ya?
No movement during the scan.
Okay, is there a problem?
Now, radioactive isotopes, that's what we use in cancer screening, cancer treatment. Now, that stuff, it has a short half-life. Technetium used to save hundreds of thousands of lives just by screening for cancer, let alone testing for cancer. But that stuff has a half-life of 66 hours. As soon as those walls went up, there was just no time to bring it into the country, and that is when people started dying. And then the medicines. The thing is, there's loads of medicines that you just can't stockpile. There was a moment before it took place when actually there was some effort to try and stockpile some of the medicines. There was some things that could be done. For a lot of it, there was simply nothing that could be done. We had a major problem with drugs for schizophrenia. So we put something up in the kind of a taxi or on the street, and people suffering on their own because they didn't have the mental health drugs.
Well, this is exciting. The console on this barge is a control hub for prototype counter-terrorism drones. You can use one to destroy electronic security measures on the wheel.
Scanning for potential threats.
These are the only prototype CT drones I've seen, so have fun with these while they last. And I can't imagine Albion will just let you fuck about with their most expensive toys, so be ready for some kind of response.
Putting on quite a show. Look at them sparks fly. That's as good as Guy Fawkes night, that is.
Destroy the remaining electronic security stations and you'll be able to scrap this propaganda.
That's the last of them. You just need to complete a data transfer. Upload a more positive message for the people.
Drones are on their way to the suspect.
Now that's a beautiful sight. Think I'm getting teary-eyed over here, seeing the wheel the way it should be. I won't be the only one either.
Seeing the wheel in Albion colours was like seeing someone burn a cross at the Vatican. We couldn't let it stay.
You just said a mouthful, and I doubt the borough would have woke up without you giving us the kick up the arse we needed. Thanks, DedSec.
Of course one of them will die in the inevitable accident.
This is going to ignite the people's hopes in Lambeth, team. Albion's going to find it impossible to keep this borough under control. That's a feather in our cap.
Even when they're attempting to subvert it.
Kind of huge shortages of everything, you're seeing that system collapse. It hasn't delivered on its primary promise, and I think we've really reached a situation where we have to do away with capitalism entirely. We're seeing a situation where there's shortages for the many, but for a few individuals, there's an elite who are not struggling and short of anything. So this is